Hey, everybody. I'll let everybody get. Oh, did I monetize this? Has you seen any ads when you came in, Rosie? I have to check. Shit. Is there ads when you come in? Let me know. Is there ads coming in? Hi, Energize. That's Pen, right? Keep changing your name on me. Let me just see. Give me a second here. Public monetization is on. Okay. All right. Yes, it is. Hey, how's it going? I'll let everybody get in here and get their ads out of the way while I look after myself here for a minute. I'm going to be peeling taters. And when everybody's in, hi. Papa and Daddy and Briar are outside listening to the hockey game and piling wood. God bless them. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Give me a break here. Everybody come on in. Gracie Hush. She's ticked off. Billy, are you the Billy that made me the Christmas ornament, the embroidered Christmas ornament, or the cross-stitch Christmas ornament? Yes, I got to change. I got to go. While everybody's coming in, I'm going to go into the bathroom and take these long pants off. And then I'll come back because I'm just sweating. I'm in long pants because I went to get Briar. So I will be right back. I just have to go into the bathroom and change my clothes. Ooh. Oh, Gracie, hush. I mean it, hush. Okay, that'll be being Thanksgiving and all. You stay away from that door, Gracie. You can't go out it. Oh. Okay, that's better. Let some air through here. Open this curtain. Got all windows open. Briar and Howard are bringing in the wood. Listening to a hockey game. Hello. How's it going, everybody? I still have to turn the fan on. Oh, you do. It's a bag of potatoes. I know it's on the bed. Stop. No. You're being really. She's being a bit of a bitch because Briar's here and he's outside working with Daddy. And they do not have the time to watch her. And then we can't put her on her chain because she'll be in the way of the wheelbarrow. So, how's everybody doing? Let's try and tie all these colors together. Pink, orange, and red. That worked. Whoops. What's going on? This is so crooked. Push that in a little bit. Tweedle, tweedle, tweedle-dee. All right, there we go. Okay. Yes, absolutely, Tina. That was the whole endeavor. I drove to Gatineau, picked up Briar. We had to make a couple of stops because we couldn't find ice cream, but we had to go because he's in Gatineau. If we'd have bought ice cream for the apple crisp in Gatineau, it would have melted by the time we got home. So we got all the way up here and we went to Brennan's Hill, and Brennan's Hill had no ice cream, but he had pop. So then we went up to Kaz and got a small tub of vanilla ice cream for the for Briar's give me a break. Briar's I can see it. Apple crisp. There's going to be long pauses in my conversation from now on while I search for words. Okay? I'm not trying to delay anything. I'm not trying to make things go longer. I'm just telling you it's a part of my cognitive stuff that's going on. Hey, Kathy A. Savardo. I'm going to wait before I tell everybody to I don't know. I don't expect too many Canadians in here today unless they're not cooking and they had their meal yesterday. We're having T-bone steaks. And I'm going to, as soon as I get things organized here, I can turn that fan off in a minute. We're going to have T-bone steaks, fried potatoes with onions and peppers and green beans. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. So, I had a really nice long talk with Arthur on my way to Gatineau. Had a nice phone call and had a chat with Arthur. So I got to be, and I had a little chat with my sister. Yeah, I phoned my sister. Okay, now I can turn the fan off. You guys don't see the herbs I'm working with here. No. I know. They're outside. I know. Oh, you poor thing. But I'm not kissing your face because you smell of dog food. No, you just finished eating. So, do you remember the 4 trays I did of celery leaves? Oh, good. Hi, Jazzy. I've had our dinner Saturday, actually, and we're putting up permanent lights on the outside of the house. Like permanent Christmas lights or permanent lights? Hey, Kathy. Hi, Frida. So, I dehydrated. I'm going to be doing my broth probably Tuesday, or no, tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday or so. And then once that broth is done and canned, my canning is done. Unless, did they score? Briar's listening to the Leafs game. Howie's a Sens fan, and it's a huge rivalry between the teams, but it doesn't matter. Well, he's looking forward to it. He's looking forward to it, and we're gonna have a nice movie night, with Briar, and then I'll take Briar home tomorrow. Okay, let's do this. Put that in there. Now, Those 4 trays. Oh, I have my Christmas lights are up year round. I just don't put them on. I put them on in the summer only at night when I'm going into the pool, so that I have light, but I'm not really visible. And now we won't put them up until after Remembrance Day. You guys do, Americans do their Thanksgiving in November, but after Halloween here, we're done. We're done. But we don't light anything up out of respect for our veterans. Oh, shoot. I didn't do that right. And out of respect for our veterans and Remembrance Day. But the day after Remembrance Day, Christmas lights go on every day outside. Okay, so, all right. So let me show you. This is one of the little spice jars that was given to me as a set. It only has one lid, only has one shaker lid, but I've put this. This is celery salt. It was, and so was this. This was 4 trays of celery leaves and 1/3 of a cup of salt. And I would grind, I'd put the salt in first and then the leaves in the bullet. And then when it turns upside down to go like this, the salt pushes them down in. And so it's about not even 1/3 of a cup of salt in this, but it's like powder, folks. Look, I'll show you. Hang on. I hate this webcam, but it's so flavorful. And I happen to have a can of tomato juice in the fridge. So when I have supper, I'm going to have tomato juice with some celery salt and some pepper and maybe a little bit of garlic. Make it like a veggie drink. We bought the permanent lights with help from our son. We are getting them up. Awesome. Can you program them to change colors is what I mean. Yeah, I threw it out. Yep. Yep. Well, I just don't, I didn't like the idea of just putting chemicals in the water to feed the plants. I'm old school. If it doesn't grow in dirt, I worry about it. I still have some celery plants out there. I am thinking of bringing a couple into a flower pot with my potting soil and see how they do over the winter. Yeah, kind of like a Bloody Mary mocktail. But it's, oh, Briar, move, you're on camera. Hang on, I'll close my curtain. Okay, here, hang on.
I might have a bit of a gluten allergy.
No shit, you think? Here. Here, come and get it.
I can't, I got my shirt on.
Briar, look around the corner.
Oh, hey, come here for a second.
I'll be right back, folks.
Yep. Oh, my back.
Oh my God. Okay.
They're all down my front. I think I might be allergic to gluten, mommy. Either that or sweat and wood.
Well, that's just could be irritation. You get irritated easy. I would recommend you have a shower when you're done.
I'm going to right now.
Are you done the wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll
ask Dad what?
I'll ask Dad for a clean shirt.
I got one of your clean shirts here.
You do?
Yes. Here. You left it on the floor when I lent you my shorts. Look.
Is that one?
Yes. That's yours.
But yeah, I got all down the
Oh, baby.
I think I'm allergic to bread, man.
You're allergic to flour, that's for sure. He had a shawarma. He keeps pushing the boundaries. They just finished piling the wood. I put jars in where the water dispenser was. No, it was just too much of a pain in the butt. I'm getting new lights anyway. I already have enough lights to do whatever I need for my garden in the spring. Trust me. And only one of my beds is blown out at the bottom. Just from a shawarma. He ate a shawarma. So this is really fine powder. And I think this will go really nice on, I can't handle between the hockey game and them yelling, talking outside and Gracie. Gracie, hush. So this is enough celery salt to probably do me at least a year. Gracie Magoo. Inside voice, please. Inside. Gracie. Boys, if you're done the wood, would you take her outside, please? There, she's outside. Thank God. I wanted herbs and salad for winter, so without using the water and pods, I'm putting pots. I'll ask Howie. He may have just put it in the pantry. Or it may went out with the garbage. I don't know. But you're right. I never thought of that. Just take the things out and the water pump and put a couple of flower pots in there with my with a tomato and maybe some celery. Gracie's excited. No, she just wants to be with Hey Howie! Who are you talking to? I'm sorry, I have to do this. Wolfie, darling! I made you a gluten-free apple crisp.
That's right.
Tell Daddy I need to speak to him. Because he's not listening to me.
Yeah. Why is that?
I put the little one in the freezer.
Well, there you go. So you got enough ice cream there.
Choke a horse.
Oh, yeah. I got 20 hinds of them.
Have a shower, baby.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
What?
Did you throw away my hydroponic thing?
Probably if you told me to.
The thing
Yeah,
that...
I think it went right in the junker. Why?
Okay. I thought maybe you just put it out for the large... Wait for the large garbage. Because someone gave me a really good idea. Just put a couple of potted plants in there and put the light on and grow a tomato and a celery, but in dirt. Right? And it's all right. I can use my lights and do the same
I'm pretty
thing.
sure it went right in the garbage.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone wants to say Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm a very literal person. You tell me to do something, it's usually done.
Kiss me. Please. That was an ask.
Happy
So
Thanksgiving.
all the wood is piled?
It's done. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
and the septic's covered. I did that this morning too.
Oh my God, Howie. Well,
So I'm gonna go sit down and relax.
yeah, go relax. Have an ice cream.
We'll see if I can find that hockey game on TV.
Oh, good. There you go. And then I can have my phone back. End of the rope. Where was that? Where did you watch that, Jazzy? All right. So now what I got to do while I'm sitting here is peel taters. Because I only got a few left. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel them and then chop them. Like this is, I could have used my dehydrated potatoes, but these are getting really wrinkly. So it's time to get them done. So, oh, House of Guinness. Ooh, and what a cliffhanger ending. Really good. We're hoping they're going to do another season. If not, then they're just assholes for leaving us like that. House of Guinness, really good. There's 8 episodes in season 1. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. Well, I got things going on here. This is my desk. The reason I'm at my desk doing this work is because Briar's using my phone. He forgot his phone at home, and he's using my phone to listen to the hockey game. So, yeah, that's Netflix. When they restarted it. Oh. Yeah, they did. We're watching 6 Feet Under, and we were really enjoying it. But the season we just got into, it was like, it was weird. The whole feeling was different. So we kind of stopped watching it for a while to watch the House of Guinness, but we've already seen it now, right? So these potatoes are going to be parboiled and then fried with peppers and onions to go with our steak. And then it's green beans. Yeah, they really need me. I would, I'm one of those people, I don't know how good of a writer I'd be, but I tell you something, I would handle things differently. I would look things over and go, no, something's wrong, something's missing, See, and I would write totally different because I'm at the point now when I watch a movie or anything, I can go, and so enters in 3, 2, 1, and the door opens and the person comes in. And I said, this is way too predictable for me. Right? So I'm really hard to watch movies with. It ended because Larry died and they didn't want it on without him since he was the main character. Was that the guy with the blue? You know what? I never watched Dallas. I never watched whatever the Thing Peak was. What was that other show that was similar to Dallas? Twin Peaks. Yeah, thank you. I was never into those kind of shows. I was Matlock. You know what I mean? I was never an Angela Lansbury. I loved Angela Lansbury, but I was never a Murder, She Wrote person. I was never big on Murder, She Wrote. What's really wild is we're seeing old TV shows showing up on way in the back of beyond of Netflix and going, I said, I completely forgot about that show. Here's the problem when things go into syndication and things are all online now, is a lot of things go missing from our past that we don't even remember until we see them. Remember the show That Girl? Do you remember Sally Field and the Flying Nun? You know what I mean? Do you remember Mary Tyler Moore? Right? Dick Van Dyke. These were really class. They don't make TV like that anymore. They really don't. It's going into the pot, but there's too much water in it already. So I'll just leave it in here. I only have a couple more potatoes to do. So roasted red peppers. Did you? I remember my cousin Joni, before she passed away, we would talk on the phone, and she had lost both legs to diabetes, and then her husband left her, which was, shitty deal, but she bought the whole set of 6 Feet Under. She said, and when we started watching it, it's classic. It's like, other than the fact that their cell phones are older, right? And stuff like this, it really is a good series. So after I make broth and can it this week, folks, we will be back to sewing, quilting in my chair, quilting at the frame, sewing at the table. All right, how many people we got here? 71. Everybody say hello so I can shout you all out. Everybody's got 30 seconds to say hello. With no cell phones or gadgets. I just want to feel the norm for a while. Yeah. 6 Feet Under is an odd show, but it's on Crave, and I actually love it. I actually love it. But this last season was kind of weird. So we decided to look for something else to watch. But I got one more potato to do, and then I'm done here. Thank you, Semi-Sweet. Howdy, S-Bender. Happy Thanksgiving to all, well, happy harvest supper to all my Canadian friends. I am trying to get Canadians to stop calling it Thanksgiving, because as soon as you say that, everybody around the world thinks we celebrate Thanksgiving like the Americans. Similar, same name, different holidays, different meanings, all together. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get this stuff out of here. I'm going to put my potatoes on the boil, and then I'll come back for a visit. All right? I'll be right back. Tweedle-et, tweedle-et, tweedle-dee. There's a reason I actually had this curtain open. Okay. All right, I'm going to boil these potatoes, Howie, and then fry them with onions. It's only getting hot because they're wrinkly. What time do you want to eat? 5? Back to my live stream. Oh my goodness. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to put them in a bigger pot. The pot wasn't big enough. Harvest Home Supper is a lovely name. The Harvest Supper. Yeah. Most cultures have a type of harvest season celebration and give thanks for all the earth has given. But the thing is I always thought, when we were kids, okay, Thanksgiving was Thanksgiving. But as I grew and aged, I realized I was disgusted to discover that I hate the way these glasses are. I hope I don't break them by twisting them there. That we had nothing to do with indigenous peoples and corn and pilgrims on Plymouth Rock and all that. It's got nothing to do with Canada. Canada celebrates a form of Thanksgiving, which is it's similar to the Americans in the sense with the meal, but it's more about a harvest celebration. right? And it drives me crazy because people who say, when I say Thanksgiving, people automatically get pilgrims and Indians and turkeys and corn and all that stuff in their head. And it's not who we are. It's not what we're celebrating. We're giving thanks for the fact that as bad as a shitty year it was for my garden, I still got, I got food out of the garden, right? It's a celebration because my canning is done. Okay, not completely canning. Now here's what I want to know. Yeah, harvest home. Harvest home supper is what I would rather call it. So, my godmother's friend was on Neo Wolf, and I had forgotten that he was on that show. Then when he went on to do Matt Houston, was on Neo Wolf. Really? I don't even know what that is. Most cultures have a type of harvest season celebration and give thanks for all the earth has given them. Yes, absolutely. It's another reason why I don't just have a compost heap. All my peels and stuff go out to the ravine, not just to compost. That is giving thanks back to the earth and to the animals that live off it, right? It is that simple, right? We put stuff out for the deer that we're going to hunt, but that's besides the point, right? Hey, from New Zealand. I don't know how to, I'm not making fun of you, but every time I see that, them doing that stomping, shouting thing, I just love it. Churches and schools here do Harvest Festival. We take all something and it gets distributed where needed as gifts. Now, where's that, VT? Hello, Kimberly from New Zealand. Yeah. So I don't say Happy Thanksgiving. Well, I'm teaching myself not to. Happy Harvest Home. Happy Harvest. We're all at home. Happy Harvest. Except Arthur's not here. But then he already had the Thanksgiving celebration at my brother's cottage. So, and he just got home yesterday and he has to work tonight. So there was because I said, it's too bad you couldn't just get in the car and come and spend the day with us because it's only a 3-hour drive, right? Now, when you live in a rural area like us, like I was born in Toronto, and then I lived for a short time in Peterborough while our house was being built, and then I lived in Apsley. And as you can tell, in my life, I keep going farther north to get away from people. You know what I mean? U.S. is in danger of losing Thanksgiving to sports and shopping. I wish we could join Canada's date. The Pilgrim story is nearly lost to many Americans anyway, right? The reason the U.S. has it much later than us is because a lot of your harvest isn't in until November because you're a lot farther south than we are. It's going to be raining. Hey, Jackie. Oh, wait, I didn't do the, oh, shoot. If I don't read your name by the end of the list, and I won't, say hi now because the participants list is about this long. JB, Jackie Geeb, Kathy A. Sabato, Kimber Lee, Rosie Slade, Sybil, and VT. Hey, Celeste, Frida, Rosie. How's it going? You're in Britain, VT. So churches and schools, yeah, it's like a harvest festival. And in the rural country of Great Britain, because there's a book I'm going to read, maybe after Christy, it's from Britain. I'm going to read it on my reading channel. If you don't know what my reading channel is there anybody here? All right, let me just look. Okay, let me just get you my reading channel, okay? There's a book I'm going to read called Better? Okay, view your channel. Hang on a second. Okay, copy. Now, I've been doing a lot of live reading, and there's a book that I love, and I want to read. And I'm thinking of, I've got 2 copies. I'm thinking of giving one away so that someone can read along with it. The thing is the book takes place over 3 or 4 generations of shopkeepers and farmers in Britain, starting in Queen Victoria's time. And it's called The Fields at Evening. And when he talks about standing and looking at the bowed locks of corn across the field, when he says corn, he means grain. They call all grain back then corn. You know what I mean? So it can be confusing. So, but that's a book I really want to read because it takes you from the Victorian era right up past World War II, and how a family adjusts to the oncoming, modernization, and what happens when war changes how your country runs when it comes to food production and all. That's really good. If you could call me anything, I'm a traditionalist and a protectionist. I always thought that Canada's industry should have remained in Canada. Always. Hey, VT, well, I'm glad. Please go to the link I just put and subscribe, and I'll give you another channel to subscribe to when I'm doing cooking and stuff. Let's just see. Switch account to this one, and I'll give you this one too, because my days of heavy work on YouTube are over. Okay, they're over. Enough said. They let a fly in the house, but tonight they'll be stupid. Okay, let me switch this back over to our half-acre homestead. There we go. My days of doing lots of pre-recorded and edited videos are almost over. Here's what I want you to know, okay? That I have made more than one video of any canning thing I've ever done. I've made more than one video, okay? And I just don't want to keep making the same videos on our half-acre homestead because it's grown too big for its own boots. And so people don't watch it because they can't navigate it. So that's why I do live streams. When we're in a live stream and you want to know if I've done a video on something, ask me in the live stream and I will get you the link for that video. Okay? For the simple reason, unless I'm like working at the table or something. But when I'm sitting here in a live stream and you want to know if I've done a video on something, you just ask me and I'll find it for you. Thank you. Thank you, VT. And welcome aboard. But in this book, The Fields at Evening, they talk about when the harvest is in and, the owners of the farm have a great big supper for all the workers and their families as a thank you. They pay them, but they also did a harvest supper. And it was to show off the bounty that they had worked so hard for all year, right? When we get the lights up and the app loaded, oh, it's got an app. Okay, thank you, Tina. That would be lovely. That would be lovely. Yes, we should be focusing on how the colonists owed their survival to the natives. Okay, but you see, we're not colonists in Canada. We're not. When you think of colonists, okay, you think of the Americans landing in America and taking it over, right? They literally take it over. We've done no different, except we are still kind of connected to the British crown, which I really don't think we should be. I think we've grown up enough that we should be able to say, you know what? Like I don't, it's not that I want to break ties with Britain. I just don't think we should have governmental ties to England anymore. And personally, no offense, VT, I think the last proper British royal died with Princess Diana. She was the last good thing that came out of that family, her and her sons. And I don't even know if her sons are the Fields at Evening. Is that my Chloe? How long have you been around here, Chloe? Yeah. Yeah. Princess Diana was the best thing that could have ever happened to that family, and they killed her. And when I say they killed her, I don't mean they were physically responsible for the accident that killed her. I mean their evilness drove her out of that home, drove her out of that family, because she was a good, light-bearing soul, and she just would not conform for them. Do I want to join America? No. No. I want Canada to be brought back to Canadians. I am not a racist, but I will say deport them all. Okay? Millions have flooded into our country in the last 11 years. Millions. Okay? Unvetted, unskilled, uneducated people just flooding in. And they're not refugees. They're just coming in here to take over our country. You look all over the Commonwealth. You look at Australia. I don't know about New Zealand, but you look at Australia. You look at France. You look at Italy. You look at Germany. You look at Great Britain. And what's going on? March after March after March saying, we want our country back, right? But now it's F digital ID. And that's the biggest fight of all right now, is digital ID. We cannot let that happen. And for a start, if I were to land in Britain right now, I could get arrested just for the things I say online. I could get arrested in this country right now because they would say I'm promoting hate speech. I am not a bigot. I am not a racist. My family comes from immigrants. My grandparents landed here in 1919, right? Skilled labor, a skilled, educated man was my grandfather. All right, Rosie. Exactly, VT. Exactly. We gotta this whole like this. I did a rumble on it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna put my Rumble channel right up here, because I do more lives on Rumble now. I do a live every couple of days, or at least once a week right now, because I honestly think it's the only place I'm allowed to speak without having my channel threatened, or without having my income threatened, or without having my freedom threatened, right? Canada was once a British colony, but it's truly independent. I think it got its independence in the early 80s. It was the 70s. And no, we are not, we are still a British colony, so to speak, because we still have governmental ties to England. And I want that, I want that cut. I want that cut. I don't want everything that's happening in Canada is a replication of what's going on in civilized countries around the world. Leaders are opening the floodgates so that when it becomes crisis amount of people, which it is, we're not so bad here right now, but when it becomes a crisis, then they can bring the digital ID in, and they're going to say that's going to solve the problem, so we know who belongs here and who doesn't. That's absolute horse feathers. Horse feathers. Everything they've been doing for the last 100 years has led up to this point, and we're not going to let it happen. I don't care if I have to march in a wheelchair, but I will march right up to the steps of Parliament. The steps of Parliament have been guarded ever since the convoy, right? It's just awful. It's just awful. Britain is twisted up in the moment. And do you... Hey, Kelly from Australia. So we got someone from Australia, someone from Britain here. Let me ask you guys. Do you feel that the immigration of all of these people in your country has been mishandled? Do you believe that it's been mishandled? That's what I want to ask. Bev, do you realize that the America is going through the exact same thing? It has all been planned. Of course it has. Okay. So they have been dumping crisis, keeping us in crisis mode now since Trudeau got in. I'm going to say at least at the beginning of I voted for him in October of 2015. By July 1st, October, November, December, January, February, March, 9 months later, he was making his speech on Parliament Hill, and I wanted to throw up. For a drama teacher, he can't even act. Right? So the crisis, we've been kept in one crisis after another, whether it's been COVID. What happened? Kind of suck? Okay. We have been flooded ever since Trudeau got in. We have been flooded with non-vetted, non-trained immigrants. It used to be 150 to 151,000 a year. And these people, like my grandparents, would come over. Before they would come over, they would go through all the paperwork, have all their documentation ready. They would prove that they had a usable skill and that they wanted to become Canadian, right? All of these things. They had to, learn Canadian history, learn all of these things to become viable members of our society. And they've been doing that at about 150 to 151,000 a year prior to Trudeau. Once Trudeau opened the gates, it was over $1 million a year. You think about that. 10, almost, or I'm going to say 8 times the sustainable level that we had been dealing with. Because 150 to 155,000 vetted and when I say vetted, I mean documented, legally documented immigrants. Okay? Once the floodgates came open, they didn't give a shit who came in. And I'm going to tell you, minimum 10% of the people coming into this country are, I'm not going to say illegal, I'm going to say they're dangerous. They're criminals. You see people, I see people on the bridges. I see people in the UK. And when I heard Carney, and what a cool name, because that's all he is a carny. I'm not going to call him Carney anymore, Prime Minister Carney. I'm going to call him the Carney. The Carney is just lipstick on a really much meaner pig. Everyone's like, oh, well, he has more knowledge in banking. And yeah, ask Great Britain how that went for him when he was running their bank. He almost bankrupted England. Here, the immigrants do the jobs that the Portuguese don't want. Where are you, Chloe Cat? That's what they're trying to tell us. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All the traditional places where students used to work are now filled with foreigners. McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Harvey's, you name it, right? Portugal. Okay. Well, that's what they want you to think. They want you to think the foreigners are going to do the jobs that the other people won't. But in this country, they're always looking. My sons have always looked for work. My sons have always worked, except when Arthur was in university, right? You think for yourself. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling anybody what to think. I'm asking you. I'm begging you to think, because we have been slapped with crisis after chaos after crisis for over 15 years. And in that time, a lot of our freedoms got taken away while we were arguing over which aisle to go down in the grocery store, because I refused to follow the arrows. Do you understand? While all of that was going on, policies were put in place, floodgates were opened, and we had no say in the matter. Exactly, Eva. Thank you. Anyway, let's not talk about politics. This is a time of Thanksgiving for us. Oh, I got to check my potatoes. And I'm going to check my potatoes, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to, we're going to talk about better things. Did you find it on the TV for him, honey? So I can shut my phone off? There we go. Shut my phone off. Briar was using it and my little speaker to listen to the hockey game while they were doing wood, but the wood is done. Wow. I know now, while we have VT in here, I keep wanting to call you TV. While we have VT in here, when Carney said, these are Canadian values, these are Muslim values, I almost shot my TV. I am not a racist, but I know that the extremists are coming into our countries, and they're making it hard for women to walk through parks, down the street, anywhere. And let me say this. Oh, how is it? VT, I saw a video of a man outside of a Palestine protest yell, "We love bacon!" And he was arrested for hate speech. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. Did that actually happen? Because I saw it on video, but God only, and that's another thing. AI has made things so fun that they've got it now, so nobody believes what they see anymore. We're getting to the point where we're only going to be able to believe what we're told. Do you feel that coming? AI is disrupting. First, the internet was like an explosion of information. And then you have to sort. Now there's so much information out there that you can't tell what's real and what's not, what's credible and what's not. It's really hard. And now with the advent of AA, we can't even believe the videos that are seen anymore. Hey, Linda from Rhode Island, how are you? Well, Arthur's not here, Sybil. Everyone says hi to Howie, Gracie, and Briar. Happy Thanksgiving. That was Briar. So, yeah, he had a shawarma on the way here, and he was working with Dad, and he broke out in hives as soon as he started to sweat. People being arrested for having our flag flying. VT lives in Great Britain, and people are being arrested for flying the British flag. This is my problem, okay? When they say it's going to be time to rise up when they try and bring digital ID here, I'm worried that Canadians are just going to cave after the trucker convoy. After that protest ended and horses riding elderly people down who were with walkers, rubber bullets, okay? Smashing truck windows and hauling people out of their trucks and shit. The only violence that was perpetuated during the trucker convoy was by the people that acted on the Emergencies Act in the name of our Prime Minister. And we now know that he did that. The Emergencies Act was unlawful. It went against all our human rights. It was a peaceful protest. And yet now, and he waited till it got to a crescendo before he decided this never had to happen. Over the weekend, I was at a Morrissey who's Morrissey? Over the weekend, he informed us that you can be arrested for sarcasm in England. Yeah. Hey, I am me. How are you? They started the eye and fingerprints here already. Are you in Britain? I'll cut my fucking fingers off. No, I won't. But what I'm saying is you'll get me to go digital. Like, see, here's the sad part, okay? Is that Howie said, if I have to take the shot for my job, I'll take it. Thankfully, at the time, his boss did not require it. Okay? And I'm already hearing him saying, give Carney a chance. And I was like, oh no, man. Oh no, man. He doesn't see it. He's starting to think that I'm too, right? I am who I am. I am what I am. You know what I mean? And we have signs at Christmas that say season's greetings as happy Christmas, etc. can be upsetting from certain religions. Okay. Are you hearing this, Canada, US? This is what they're trying to do. Okay? We got rode down with horses and rubber. I wasn't there when that happened. I got a ticket for beeping my horn at somebody waving a flag. Okay? That was deliberate. And they think that they have pounded Canada into line. Wait for it. Merry Christmas. I mean, heck, I don't even look at Christmas as Christmas. I have so many different things. There are so many different faith-based things that actually go into Christmas. There's the bringing in the greens of the pagans. That goes right back to the Vikings. Yule! Right? That goes right back to the Vikings. So I'm sorry, that kind of predates everything for me. But, and people say the star represents the star. You make it whatever you want. You do whatever you want when it comes to, say Merry Christmas, say Yule, say happy holidays, if that's what you feel. But I say Merry Christmas because that's what I grew up saying, period, full stop, right? Well, that's the point, honey. They're not coming here to get away from their country. They're coming here to spread the shit that's over there here. Sharia law. And I'm sorry. It's, this Prophet of Muhammad thing does not predate Christ. Because he talks about him. Right? They're going to try and make you believe that it is a religion of peace. It's not a religion at all. It's not a religion at all. Do you ever hear them talk about God? Really? Think about that. Happy Christmas never bothered me. See? Solstice. I'm a solstice girl myself. For the longest time, we wouldn't bring our tree in until the 21st. But I happen to buy, we spent quite a bit of money, like $70 on our Christmas tree last year because I got a Fraser fir. And they're my favorite trees. They're a balsam, but they're the Cadillac of fir trees. And the smell that comes off of them. Like to me, spruce trees are pretty, but they smell like cat piss, right? Balsams, Fraser firs, or Scotch pines. Scotch pines, the needles are too long, and between the Scotch pine and the spruce, I break out in little red dots whenever I'm working with it, not with a Fraser fir. But we now put it up at the 1st of December just so that I can enjoy the smell of it in my living room for the whole month. EJ, can't have a real tree with a wood stove. Who says that? Says who, EJ? I have a wood stove. See, that's another reason why I won't rent if I don't have to. Because I'm pretty sure. Hey, Briar, out of curiosity, are you allowed to have real Christmas trees in your building?
I don't know, but I would assume no.
Yeah, see, most apartment buildings don't want you to. I'm just asking as a point of why I put up a real one. There may come a time in my life where I can't live here anymore and I have to have a small apartment or whatever, and it'll be an artificial tree. But until then, right? Like I was going to put up a fake tree a couple of years ago, and Howie said, go ahead if you want, but it's not Christmas. He said, as long as I can get and erect a real tree, we will have a real tree. Because what's the point of bringing in the greens if you're not actually bringing in real greens? You know what I mean? Okay, EJ, you said you can't, it dries out quickly. No, you keep it. Okay, here's a secret. Because I have a tree every year and it's not 10 feet away from my wood stove. Here's what you do. When you bring your tree in, you saw off this much, a minimum of this much of the trunk off the bottom, because it heals once it's been cut. And some of them have been cut for a long time. Once it cuts, it kind of heals the butt end and it won't soak up water. So, and I tell you this from experience of a long, long time of real trees. Okay. You cut 3 to 6 inches off the bottom of the trunk. And when you put it in the stand, you put in warm water. Warm water. Why? Because it drinks it faster. It's coming in out of the cold. It's getting warm and it wants to drink once it thaws out. Okay. So cut the chunk off the bottom of your tree. And I guarantee you fill that tree stand right up to the top with warm water, and the next morning you'll have to fill it again. And you keep doing that until it stays fairly full, right? But you keep your eye on it. Hey, Burby. Well, of course, everything's about the almighty dollar. You know, why do you think I'm making quilts? Right? Anyway, I got to go. My potatoes are boiling and I have to drain them and then start frying them because we're going to be having steaks and stuff soon. But here's what I want to say before you all go. If you want to join me in a Thanksgiving or a harvest blessing or a harvest thanks prayer, please stay. You don't have to have a religion or even a faith to be a part of, because when we do a blessing, it covers us all. It goes out into the world and around the world. That's the beauty of prayer, blessings, and sharing that. This is where we push religion aside and we connect with our faith. Okay? You connect to your faith, I'll connect to mine. And together we'll meet in the middle where God's love unites us all, or source's love, or the Creator's love unites us all, okay? Because we do have a lot to be thankful for. So, for all those who care to, please help me. Please help me. No, please join me in this very special, but always, always, always welcome. I'm stumbling. For all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual blessing, okay, that unites us all in the eyes and the heart of the Creator, the one source of all. Okay? A couple of deep breaths. Oh, clean, fresh air in and push out any negativity. Hey, God, Creator and source of all, on this planet, off and throughout the multiverse. Thank you for bringing us together so that we can lift each other up in these perilous, chaotic times, so that we know that there's sanity out there in the world, even if it's only in our time together. The world isn't a bad place, God. It's just run by evil, okay? And in order for us to exist here, we have to turn away from those evil things. We shouldn't even discuss them, but we have to turn away from those evil things and turn our faces to you, God. Please, God, I lift us all up to you. Those who are sick, depressed, neglected, rejected, addicted, alone, ill, and afraid. We all are lifting us up so that you can pour the warm light of your love down over us like a protective layer of honey. You fill us so full of your light, of your love, that we glow with it. And we glow so hard for you, God, with your love, that we can light the area around us, push the darkness back as we go forward, so that anybody needing to come out of the darkness can find a light of your love in us. Thank you, God. Please, please always know that we are grateful for the light of your love that keeps us honest and brave and righteous and humble. Amen. Namaste. Miigwech. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be. Walk in the shining light of God's love. Whatever language you use, the language of love is always the best one, right? Take care. God bless. See you soon. Patrons, we're going to do our patron live tomorrow. Okay, it's Thanksgiving here, and my husband's here, and my son's here, and we're gonna have steak dinners and watch movies. So unless everybody's in bed by 9 o'clock, which may very well be, I have to take Briar home tomorrow too. So we'll see. Okay, but there will not be a live patrons Monday today. Okay, take care. God bless. Oh, and if never mind. I love you guys. Okay? Be strong. Be bright. Shine.